From the studios of Foxboro Cable Access, located in the center of Foxborough, Massachusetts, you are watching Around Foxborough.
Hi, again, I'm Steve Uden, and we're at Around Foxborough for another very interesting episode with an extremely interesting person who's an entrepreneur and somewhat of a Renaissance woman at her very young life in her career. And I'm very happy to welcome
Jody Cullity.
Jody, please tell us a little bit about yourself. Pronounce your name again for the people at home so we can say it right, because my last name's Uden, and as we say in my family, it's often misspelled and mispronounced. But give us a little bit of bio about you, maybe even like where you live around here and that sort of thing.
Well, first and foremost, Steve, I want to thank you for allowing me to be on Around Foxborough today. I'm extremely excited as I grew up locally just in Rentham, Massachusetts.
There you go.
About 6 minutes away.
Big Apple.
Big Apple. My name is Jody Cullity. I am the CEO and founder of Eleveno Pickleball. This is my first business, so doing it in my own hometown is extremely special. We are opening a 60,000 square foot pickleball food and beverage experience at Patriot Place.
Incredible. Entrepreneurship is very difficult, and you're at a very high visibility place with a very interesting, do I call it a sport now? Is pickleball a sport? I mean no disrespect.
It's the fastest growing sport in America, and we do have a professional league as well.
I wish I had mentioned this, and we didn't, but we really don't have any of the sporting equipment, the paddle and the ball.
I should have brought some.
It's okay, because we can maybe even cut it in post-production.
My name is Jody Cullity, part of the Year 5 Dubai Business Associates cohort. I am based in Boston, Massachusetts, in the United States of America. I am the founder and CEO of Eleveno Pickleball. I'm essentially creating the flagship of pickleball in the whole Northeast region here in the United States. My first year in the Dubai Business Associates program, I was one of the few Americans that got selected to represent in the Year 5 cohort. The first year brought a lot of surprises. Not only was it very diverse with the different associates that they brought in from all around the world, but it had a different type of structure than anything I was used to. I would say my number one success was working at Expo 2020. Not only did I get to do my internship there and my consulting project, but we actually won the Best Consulting Award for the whole cohort.
What's wonderful about pickleball is it's a sport that really requires a community for you to enjoy it the most. And what's so awesome about the Patriots Pickleball Classic, apart from all of the amazing dinks, we're actually seeing community be built. Community that's here now, but I have a feeling it's going to be even stronger next year. So what I would say to friends who want to see what the Patriots Pickleball Classic is about or want to learn about pickleball, I would say come and bring a friend, because it's amazing. It's so amazing. It's something you probably want to share with those around you.
Everyone here has been amazing. It's like a community that I didn't know existed, and I'm very happy to be a part of it.
3, 2, 1.
The perfect place for a social atmosphere and just having fun.
But what I'd like to talk about you first is your courage. Where did you get the courage to be an entrepreneur and open a big deal right out of the gate, right? It must have taken a lot of planning and courage and maybe even support from people that you love and that love you very much. And would you tell us a little bit about the genesis of you and Eleveno?
Absolutely.
Because it's so interesting to me.
I always compare entrepreneurship like a championship game with no final buzzer. There's a lot of highs, there's a lot of lows, there's a lot of cheering, and there's a lot of booing. And so having that strong team around you is so important. I started the business because of my parents, actually. So they fell in love with pickleball. My mom is an elementary school bus driver. My dad is a retired firefighter. I'm the youngest of 4 girls, so you'll often here when I talk about my entrepreneurship story, I always talk about my family first. And that's what makes Eleveno so special, because it grew from the ground up with family and community in mind before anything else. So why we're at Patriot Place and why did I go from politics to pickleball? It's a question I get often asked a lot. Is truly because the type of bonding that you can make on the pickleball court or in our facilities or our pop-up tournaments we've done in the past is very similar to what I felt as a young child when I played sports with my dad cheering for me or my mom driving me to my games.
And it is. It's just you and I probably, when we were kids, never expected that we'd have the word pickleball in our vocabulary. But,
absolutely.
And we'll talk about the origin of that because I love the origin of pickleball. How did you choose Patriot Place, and without getting any company secrets or anything, how did they choose you, or how did they approve you to do such a thing? Because it's a really interesting concept and a super fast growing sport.
Absolutely, and that's a great question. I've looked everywhere. I was going to open this in Georgia, Nashville. I was living in Dubai at the time, and when I moved home, the first thing I thought was, I don't want to live in my own hometown. I want to go and think bigger.
Right, and plus they don't do things big in Dubai anyway. They're very
yes.
economically conservative. We both know that. Right?
That's the thing I love about Dubai, and I carry Dubai in my entrepreneurship story, is bring community and bring big back to your own home. So that's why I chose to stay in Foxborough, Massachusetts. What the craft group and what Patriot Place in particularly is building is a destination marketing location. Now we're starting to see the added energy back on campus because the Patriots are doing very well. But I've always seen the vision since 2007 when they first built Patriot Place around the stadium. It's a community atmosphere. And so I chose Patriot Place because I see the light of all the different entities in one campus. Our Eleveno Pickleball is a campus-driven investment and vision. It's not a four-wall pickleball operation. The question of how did Patriot Place or why did Patriot Place choose me out of many of the other pickleball opportunities that came on their doorstep.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
There was about 17 other pickleball companies that tried to open at Patriot Place.
Come on.
Franchises, yes.
Really? And here you are.
Here I am. I think the answer was our team was very resilient. Of when I found that out, we knew we wanted, because we were local and all these other companies were foreign to the local area, we wanted to be the ones to put on the brick and mortar. They were the ones that gave me the idea on the brick and mortar, actually. And so we started
the management at Patriot Place? Okay.
We really crafted this experience together, and so we started throwing pop-up pickleball tournaments in their parking lot. And I wanted to prove to them that Eleveno had the business, and more importantly, we understood the community the best. We started selling out of those, and then we had a smaller space at Patriot Place. We grew out of that space. So for 2 years, we worked on Eleveno with Patriot Place until we got the 60,000 square feet that's about to open.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm often wrong. 2 years from a cocktail napkin to an asphalt court?
Correct. Permanent.
Who designed the structure, I assume, with you and your team to create the environment? Because it's not just courts and nets and overhead lights and ambient air conditioning or heat, right?
Absolutely. So we chose Bergmeyer as our architect design firm. Bergmeyer Associates. So they specialize in flagship facilities. So they did Treehouse Brewing out in Charlton. They did the Wilson Tennis pop-up store in New York City.
No kidding.
They're Boston-based. We chose to make sure that we were picking a flagship. And again, we're mainly food and beverage. Pickleball is our activity. So it was, how do we really create that hospitality experience?
Oh, that's really
of eating
interesting.
and drinking.
Yeah.
We're the Top Golf of pickleball.
Okay, there you go. Has there ever been an idea, or is there an idea that, and I haven't seen your facility, I apologize. And as you can tell, I'm a natural athlete, so I'm probably all over the place.
You would be a great pickleball player.
Yeah, right. So have you thought of maybe down the road expansion to say like tennis or small basketball courty type thing or anything like that? Or is it, we're staying with pickleball and we're staying with pickleball?
So we'll stay with pickleball Primarily, we may dip into a sport called padel, which is the fastest racket sport internationally. It's essentially a pickleball court with glass walls, so it's very popular in
Sort of
Spain.
racquetball-y looking, like only it's one
Absolutely.
glass wall usually.
So it's just 4 glass walls around it. We, again, are a hospitality experience. We like to say we're the Ted Lasso. If Ted Lasso was a 4-wall building, that is the experience that you can feel in Eleveno. Again, it's more eating, drinking, corporate events, social experiences, and pickleball happens to be our activity.
So I could go to Eleveno with 10 of my friends from my church choir, and we could just get the food and never have to hit a ball.
That's correct.
Right? Or we could get some combination of both. Is it kind of like bowling? Like you get, like how do you rent the pickleball court? Is it by the hour, the minute, the day?
It's by the hour.
The volley?
Very, very similar to bowling, and it takes just 5 minutes to learn. So just like ping pong, you don't have to be any shape, size, age, demographic to play ping pong. Pickleball is the exact same. You could go in high heels, you can go in shorts. It's much more of a social sport rather than I'm going to the gym and packing my towel and going for a shower.
Other than the paddle and the ball, and of course the facility, are there any special other things like, and I'm not joking here, and people know I like to joke, but are there pickleball shoes the way there are tennis shoes or basketball shoes? Or?
There are.
There are.
There are pickleball shoes. Pickleball's market in general is booming right now, whether it's the paddle sales, the ball sales, the shoes, the clothing. Essentially, what companies are doing, they're being very strategic with marketing. They're taking their tennis line, removing the word tennis and putting pickleball there. Yeah. And now you're appealing to a whole new demographic of players.
And you can still concurrently serve both sports.
Absolutely.
If you're, say, Wilson, as you mentioned
That's
earlier,
correct.
or something like that. Are you involved in that? Do you have Eleveno merchandise? I see you at Eleveno, corporate outfit on, which is understandable. But does Eleveno say make a custom paddle line or?
So we have an official partnership with Franklin Sports, they're a family-owned business right in Stoughton, Massachusetts. They're the #1 equipment provider for pickleball balls in the whole entire world.
I'll be darned.
So
really?
we're ecstatic to have them by our side, a part of our vision. We do have our own merchandise line that gets dropped December 1st. We also have a different entity called Dinkersville that we manufacture ourselves. It's a puzzle line. It's very similar to the Minions movie, but they're little pickles. So it doesn't have to do with pickleball, but we like to cater towards that younger generation.
So allow me for a
Please.
moment to dive into the word pickleball, because you and I both know, and I think the whole world should know, that pickleball has nothing to do with a delicious, crunchy, kosher dill pickle. Could you please tell the origin story without being encyclopedic on how the heck two things happened? Pickleball became a word in our vocabulary, at least here in America, and how you came up with the name Eleveno, because you got me stumped on that one.
And we love to stump people on things.
Go ahead. It's all yours.
Pickleball originated in 1965, started from 3 congressmen, actually, 3 dads. And again, if you're fact checking me, there is no true reason why it's called pickleball.
We have a huge research department up on the 40th floor of the
all the
Foxboro
anons,
Cable
they're
Access
typing
building.
in.
Yeah, they're listening to everything.
So I like to tell the story that these 3 dads, they had kids home from school one day, and there was a dog named Pickles, because this is one of the rumored stories, by the way, and Pickles started stealing their ball.
Pickles the dog.
Pickles the dog. And so the kids were bored with all of the sports that they had played so far, and so the 3 dads got ping pong paddles, and then they got a wiffle ball, and they said, okay, well, play this, start hitting it around, let me draw up a little court. And then the dog, Pickles, started taking the ball. So they said, hey, bring back that Pickles, bring back the ball. And then it came pickleball.
Where did that take place?
Seattle, Washington.
Birthplace of coffee and pickleball.
It just makes sense.
There you go. So how did Eleveno come around?
So Eleveno came because one of my friend Avery, her dad, when I first started pitching, because of course I had to raise money for this whole endeavor.
Really?
Oh, we'll get into capital raising, but he said, you cannot have the word pickleball in your name. It is so silly. I'm not going into a place that has pickleball. He's a big golfer. And so I left that meeting and I said, okay, I can't have the word pickleball. I got to change my whole name. And so 11-0, when you play pickleball, you play to 11. So if you beat someone 11-0, that means you're very good. And so 11-0, we just thought it rang off the tongue better. Let's go 11-0. And it gives our customers and players their own aha moment of, why is it called 11-0? And then you don't know because it's the score. You beat someone 11-0.
I knew it. I was trying to figure it out in my low wattage head myself, and I'm like, it's got to be a score or a point or a yellow flag or a foul ball or something like that. But you've turned it in. I like what you've done. It's about as positive as you can get, right?
And it's more of a brand.
Right.
Like we're trying to build a hospitality brand. We're not trying to just open courts. We're trying to spark a feeling.
Do we want to fix in the universe out there any mispronunciation of Eleveno?
Yes, it is.
Tell me.
11-0. It is not Eleveno, and we do not do 11-0. We used to be that way, and then we rebranded. So it is 11-0 pickleball.
Like a leavening of bread, right? Delicious
I like that.
bread.
That could be our new motto. We like
11-0,
that.
right?
Yes.
So we got ping pong paddles and a wiffle ball that turns into actual equipment with specifications. And you said that there's actually leagues and professions out there.
There's a professional pickleball league called
Do I have that right?
Major League Pickleball. So it's very similar.
MLPB, the MLPB.
MLP.
Okay.
Major League Pickleball. And then we have the PPA Tour, which is the Professional Pickleball Association. Very similar to PGA Tour for golf. And then the MLP is very similar to the NBA with home and away teams and communities playing against each other. Right now we have a roster of 23 teams. We'll cap it at 24 teams. Boston is the only major city that does not have a pro pickleball team. 2 years ago, to buy a pro pickleball team was $100,000. Today, it's $15 million to purchase a team. It's the biggest jump in pro sports history investment.
Are you involved in any team sponsorship, or without getting into your finances, that's none of my darn business. Are you involved in that?
We are high level involved
sponsor
with it.
Or
we do not own a team. That is definitely one of our goals and visions. We are, the sports are in our DNA at our campus at Gillette Stadium, but for us, our priority is our flagship location first and foremost, and then we'd love to host one of those events or teams at our space.
Does pickleball have a ref like that John McEnroe would scream at from below a person in a high chair?
In the pro leagues, yes, we do have referees.
Is it similar to tennis?
The ruling, not at all.
No, like where the if you will referee or who's ever controlling.
That's correct. We have a referee on each side of the net, but they are not. They don't sit up high. They stand courtside.
And so they're trained in the sport and the rules and all that.
They're certified, yes.
Who makes the rules to keep it, if you will, professional?
Sure, we do have a USA Pickleball Association. So that's where all the official ruling, the lighting, the court size, all the
And is that
handbooks.
sort of evolved, like rules have changed or been taken or whatever?
And I think,
like the pitch clock in baseball.
Sure. So since pickleball is from 1965, but if you notice, it really had this huge boom after the pandemic, and people think that pickleball is new, but it's been around for a long time. Because it's so much more accessible now, and we're seeing it becoming a high school sport, we're seeing it becoming a D1 college sport. You can actually get scholarships for pickleball now. You're going to see it continuously grow.
I want people to come to your pickleball court here in Foxborough at Eleveno at Patriot Place. A lot of the people that watch this show are local Foxborough residents. Where at the property do I come in where the movie theater is? Do I come in where Bass Pro Outlet is? Help me drive by your sign and look at your place.
Right. So
much less go in and get some delicious food.
Absolutely.
or a
So
yummy fresh drink?
we are located in the South Marketplace, so that would be the Bass Pro entrance, or you can go through the new Chick-fil-A entrance, or you could also go through the Starbucks entrance. So we are situated right next to Restoration Hardware Outlet on our right, and then Trader Joe's on our left.
Was that the DSW shoe store?
The Off-Broadway shoes.
Off-Broadway,
That
right.
is on South Marketplace. That is correct, but we took over the former Christmas tree shop location.
So everybody that's watching, the 11-0 pickleball is in the South Market where Bass Pro Outlet is in the old Christmas tree shop. We got to remember that, so people aren't driving around on the other side. Not that there's anything wrong with the other side, but we want you to come in. I just turned 30. Okay, that's a lie. So I'm 61 years old. Can I play pickleball, or do I have to be lightning fast, or can I play at my own pace? Are there, different grades of pickleball players, like just, a non-athletic guy that just wants to bang it around for some fun and have maybe a work event at your food and entertainment?
Absolutely. So what's very special.
So people aren't afraid to play the game. I want everybody to know who should be playing the game.
So our facility is very social. We have intro classes, so that's actually our most popular program. Our core player is actually the person that's never heard about pickleball before.
There you go. Okay.
So we have everyone from 5 years old to 95 years old on court with us at any given time. So if you were to come, Steve, to an intro to pickleball class, you would not feel out of place
It's like
at all.
skiing, right? You take ski lessons and you learn how to ski, right?
Correct. And a lot of people that come to us, they've never played a sport. My parents, when they got into pickleball, the only sport they may have played was ping pong, casually sometimes, and they picked up pickleball within the first maybe hour that they played. That's why this sport is so special. You can bring your wife, you can bring your son, you can bring your grandparent.
Exactly
it's
what I'm
really
getting
going
at.
to bring the family and also corporate events together. Very similar to bowling, anyone can play.
And Eleveno that's the DNA of Eleveno is, as you said, community, congregation, fellowship, fun, and some nosh, right?
Correct.
Some good food. Can you tell me about the food?
Absolutely.
Well, you don't have to go through the whole menu, but what type of food do you have? Or do you have a rotation of seasonal stuff? Or
Yeah.
do you have a chef? Or
Correct.
can you tell me a little bit about that?
So
We
selfishly,
want people's appetite whetted to come.
Selfishly, I live in the suburbs and I have eaten at every food place times 10, and I've ran out of options. So when I was searching for our chef for Eleveno, I had to make sure that he or she was going to bring a unique flair that the community of Foxborough was missing. And that's where we found Stephen Bukoff, who Stephen actually grew up locally in Plainville, Massachusetts, but he's worked in the Seaport for a number of years. He felt so passionate about this project because he agrees that the suburbs lack food options. There's a lot of chains, or there's a lot of fast food.
And a lot of people aren't going into the city anymore. Like, we'd rather have.
I'm one of them.
We got the sushi out here, and we got great Italian or whatever. But so what is the chef's last name was?
Bukoff, Stephen
What did
Bukoff.
Chef Bukoff do with your menu and its, if you will, price range?
Yeah, absolutely. So everything on our menu is priced between $5 and $25.
Oh, very reasonable.
Same with our pickleball. We're very similar to the YMCA pricing. So if you want to come in and reserve a court, it's $20 an hour for the whole entire court. So that's 4 people divided by 4. That's $5 each. So very reasonable. Our food, which I'm extremely excited about,
I'm already
is
excited.
more. We have plenty of restaurants on Patriot Place campus, so we knew we needed to add an interesting flair. So we have everything from flatbread pizzas to not your traditional chicken wings, but different flavored chicken wings
Okay.
in fun baskets. We'll always throw a fun pickleball theme in there. I'm a millennial, so I told our chef, and our chef agrees, everything that you have will be very Instagrammable worthy.
There you
so
go.
it's an
Clever.
experience. It's not just food on a plate and here you go. It's the conversation you have with our bartender or server. It's the way we plate our food. It's the extra care. Because we are a startup and a new brand, we're bringing spark into absolutely everything we do. With the customer, more importantly, my parents are in the back of my head every time because I'm building this whole vision for them.
Parents' love never dies, no matter what you're doing.
But they're picky, so
I know, but I'll bet they're cheering you on.
They are, but I've had to have with them every ingredient. It's with them in the back of my mind because they're very reasonable people, and we just wanted to make sure that everyone feels really special when you come into Eleveno.
So, I'm sure you have vegetarian options. What about like halal or kosher or anything like that? Can we work through that in the menu, or
Absolutely.
is there something like that? Because, like, for example, I work for a company here in town. We're a global company, and we'll have people come. You mentioned Dubai. I spent time in Qatar, Doha.
Amazing.
So you'll have people that will want like halal or, like I said, or kosher or some kind of, dietary requirement for whatever reason. And it sounds to, I've always thought of your place as a pickleball place. But the food seems like a bell that needs to be rung more here in town.
Yes.
On Facebook, Instagram, with people my age, with people your age, with people Paul's age in the engineering booth, that want to go there and just maybe just have, an hour or so of
Great
good food,
food.
cheer, and fellowship. Do you have a lot of good seating for that?
We do. So we have a full kitchen. We have a full center court bar. It's actually called the Walpole Outdoors Center Court Bar because Walpole Outdoors is one of our amazing partners that built us custom fencing and pergolas. And
Cool.
And so we have all courtside seating. So say you want to eat a burger by your court, or you just want to cheer on your friends, but by the court. So we have courtside lounges. And then more importantly, we do have a future restaurant called Clock Tower that's going to be opening in the spring of 2026. And I'm happy you mentioned the halal and the different preferences of different guests. Because we have FIFA World Cup coming in summer 2026, and my background is very international. Same with our chef as well, Stephen Bukoff. That has always been our inspiration for our menu, is bring some really unique tastes, but let's make sure that we're accounting for all cultures. And then more importantly, when FIFA fans come in the summertime, that Eleveno, both indoor beer garden and inside food operation, that we are serving the likes of different countries and taste buds.
Yeah, it totally matters. In fact, I don't know, inclusive, like I'm not good at these politically correct words these days, that's just me, but the availability for anybody to say, oh, we can't go there because they serve cauliflower and I don't, whatever. It's nice that you're thinking that way long term, and I hope you can market your food so that people start talking about yummy.
Yes.
That Eleveno is a 10
I love that.
in food.
We're 11. We're
Right?
11.
It goes to 11.
Yep.
Right? Is that what they say? We have a few minutes left, and if you don't mind,
Sure.
and without getting political, you had a very interesting career and road to this venture, Eleveno, and the pickleball and the delicious food that you have there. But you were an advance expert for the First Lady of the United States. At this time, it was Michelle Obama. But you could have been advanced for any First Lady's office, right? How the heck do you get in that business?
Sure. I was an intern for the White House my senior year of college. I went to the University of Maryland.
Okay.
And that was my start in the political space. I've always been passionate about building bridges, building community, and
Sure.
soft diplomacy. So my major in college was political science with a minor in Mandarin. So I was fortunate enough to be sponsored in about 15 different countries, building bridges with the United States, being a young representative. So when I took the role as an advanced associate at the White House under Michelle Obama and then Dr. Jill Biden, and then most recently with our last campaign, it's really impactful for me to just be on the same page of the pulse of the country. And I'm very respectful of the seal, regardless of who is in office.
Right. That's why I tried
Sure.
not to, I mean, I had to put a date, a time period where you were doing this, and you've done it for 2 First Ladies. But do you work with like the Secret Service and the, say, other protections in other countries or that sort of thing in a role like that, an
Yes,
advanced
that's
role?
correct.
Must be fascinating.
I think that's what's helped me so much as I'm starting Eleveno, because I'm used to these high intensity pressured experiences, whether they're domestic or international.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to use the word exhausting.
I tend not to get tired.
Yeah, but you can't look at your watch when you're like an advanced person for a White House executive, right?
That's
the First
correct.
Lady or whatever. Was it interesting? Did you get to meet any kings or queens, or do you have to stay in the wings, as they say? And
I was fortunate enough to meet a lot of foreign dignitaries, work very closely with a lot of foreign dignitaries, whether they were the principal themselves or the staffers themselves. And it's very incredible to see how different countries operate and different leaders operate. And that's something, as a young entrepreneur, being around those type of world leaders, it's helped me find my own spark of how I motivate my team, how I motivate the players. So it's very full circle for me today.
as my dear father, who's in heaven now, would say about somebody he likes or admires in his heart, you're something else, you are. You're something
Thank you.
else. We only have a couple of more minutes, and I do want to finish up with talking about Eleveno and all the things that you have to do there. But you mentioned your family, and you mentioned that you're from the area. Are you glad you came back this way? I mean, Dubai to Foxborough, Massachusetts, and with a DC hitch somewhere in there, and Mandarin. You've seen all the corners of the globe, or you sure are starting to put dots in the map, right? Pins in the map. You like being back here?
I love being back here.
Yeah.
This is what fulfills me, is the homegrown glory, is what we call it at Eleveno.
Okay.
Changing lives. My family's changed my life. My community's changed my life. And just, it's where I'm supposed to be right now.
Well, I'm gonna just introduce my bias here real fast, but I personally have been involved as a volunteer for a lot of our like school activities. Do you engage with our schools yet?
King Philip, yes, we do a lot. I do a lot with their DECA program.
What about, their DECA program, okay, excellent. And then also the Southeastern Voc Tech, which is where I'm associated with in Easton, Massachusetts. And then of course, Foxborough, like do you have schools or boys or girls club, Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts coming to play pickleball, that sort of thing yet?
We hope to. We hope to. Since we've just opened our operations outside August 1st, we've had different high schools come in, but no formal programming. But the King Philip DECA program, they've been one of our steady groups that have come in. But I'd love to meet all the surrounding schools.
Yeah, this is a great place, and I don't think there's any door that'd be slammed in your face at all for that type of thing.
Great.
Think about this. Do you know what Founders Day is here in Foxborough?
I don't believe I do.
It's the day, or the day of the year. It's a Norman Rockwell painting that explodes all over the town.
Amazing.
We have a beautiful parade. We have a non-profit field day where
Great.
people, churches sell, and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, sell this or that, hot dogs and hamburgers. The parade is a big deal.
Wow.
And then we have a band at night. It's all one day. It's a week before the soccer thing, FIFA gets here.
Oh, great.
But and you'll be probably full throttle on 11-0. But a float in the Founders Day with 11-0.
Oh, I would love that. Send me the dates. We'll book it today.
We'll talk offline.
I'm excited, Steve.
Anyway, I volunteer, my wife and a lot of friends and a lot of really good people, but you can't be on the field. It's nonprofit only, but an 11-0 float might be something very interesting if you can mock a pickleball game.
Oh, that
with
would be fun.
Something like that. Wow.
This was a
I just met a
pleasure.
rock star.
Thank you. I just met a rock star. I was mirroring you.
I don't know.
You
about
brought
that.
the energy. I was keeping up.
It's this place, and it's what's in the water in Foxborough.
It is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sincerely, this was really, really interesting and fun for me. I'm Steve Uden. This is Around Foxborough. I've had a really interesting conversation with a real go-getter and a very successful woman who's running a company with really great food and really good pickleball facilities called 11-0. Thank you to Paul in the booth, and thank you to Jury Love, our producer, and God bless you, and we hope to see you again on our next episode of Around Foxborough. Bye-bye.